Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Courtside Podcast, episode 3. Today we're going to be talking about the NBA season coming back and how the players are handling life in the bubble. But before we get started on that, I just want to wish you guys the best of health. Hopefully you guys are staying safe during these tough times. And remember to wear your mask so things don't close down again because, well, things are closing down again where I'm from in California. So that sucks, but just remember to wear your mask, guys, and just stay safe out there. Because these really are unprecedented times, but we have to be smart about it and, follow the precautionary measures and stay safe so we don't spread the virus to others. And hopefully they find a vaccine soon. I'm hearing rumors that there's a vaccine coming along, but who knows how long that's going to take to, bring it out to the public and everything. And for me, I don't want to risk getting the vaccine right away. I think I want to wait at least a year or two just because you never know what they put in those vaccines. So I personally don't trust pharmaceutical companies, especially when it comes to a vaccine that's not even out yet. They're just making it in the lab. They probably put a bunch of chemicals in that and they say it's going to cure the coronavirus, but it might lead to something worse than the coronavirus. But anyways, that's how things are going in California. Governor Newsom is just closing things down again, and I don't know who's giving this guy all the power in the world to just close buildings down and businesses down and then reopening them back up and then closing them down again. Pretty crazy how he has this much power. But I don't know, I'm guessing this is like a nationwide thing, and I think ultimately it's probably best to just close things down for the safety of everyone, just because when things were reopening, people weren't being smart about it. They were just out and about, not wearing any masks, just not following any social distancing procedures or anything. They were just close contact with each other. So, until people learn their lesson and stay safe and, separate from others and all that, then things won't change until a vaccine comes out, which is going to take a long time, probably from the day we're at, July 14th, 2020. You're talking at least a year or two of trying to prepare this vaccine and get it right so no one dies from this vaccine, right? So it's going to take a while. Also, businesses are starting to become unsettled because they were closed for so long, especially during the peak times of the coronavirus, which was around March, April. And, they just reopened recently, right? And then now Governor Newsom's requesting all these businesses to shut down again. And, that's the last thing that these places want to do because obviously they want money. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if these businesses start kind of revolting the reclosing, down their place. And so we'll see what happens with that. And we'll also see what happens with the market, the economy. We'll see if there's another crash or not. I personally don't think the market is going to crash as bad as it did in March, just because it was peak Corona times. Everyone was freaking out, and I guess people are kind of used to living during a pandemic now, and so I don't expect the economy to collapse as bad as it did, but I think it might, collapse a little bit. Alright, enough of this craziness talk about the corona and the economy and all that. Let's talk about some basketball now. So long story short, the majority of the NBA players right now are in the bubble, is what they call it, I guess, is what we call it as NBA fans. So they're basically secluded in one area at Disney World, which is kind of crazy because Disney World actually just reopened, I think, a week ago. So I guess the NBA players are separated from people that are coming into the Disney World. But that's kind of crazy that Disney World's even open because of the coronavirus. But yeah, so they're in the bubble. They're still able to work out and practice and all that, as well as they're getting fed, they have hotel rooms, and overall it looks pretty nice, even though Troy Daniels did post a picture of the food the first day that they visited Disney World or whatever, and it looked like prison food or school food or something like that. It was pretty gross looking, just like some baby carrots, some lettuce. But I guess they said that they're gonna improve the quality of the food and stuff like that as time goes on. So, but they have like a water park. I saw a video of JaVale McGee and Kyle Kuzma sliding down the water slide and stuff like that. They have a bar. LeBron's probably going to be getting drunk and stuff like that. But, I mean, overall, it just seems like it's not that bad of an experience. I wouldn't mind quarantining at Disney World for a couple months. And as you may expect, there have been a couple incidents that have occurred since the NBA has made their way to Disney World Resort. A few of the NBA players have tested positive for the coronavirus because they do testing right before you enter the bubble. So they tested all the players, and I think out of 322 players, I think so far 4 players have tested positive. One being Russell Westbrook, and then Michael Beasley, I heard, tested positive. Harrison Barnes. And then I don't know who the 4th player is, but those players have the virus. Those players are in quarantine right now, and just gotta hope that they come back healthy and ready to play basketball. Especially the Rockets. They need Russell Westbrook to, I think, get them to that championship level. But no need to rush them. Hopefully they all come back healthy and ready to go. And there's been a couple weird stories about one being Rashawn Holmes got food delivered and he actually left the bubble to go pick up his food. So now he's quarantining for about a week and a half because you're not allowed to leave the bubble. It's called the bubble for a reason. And then there was another incident. I heard Jimmy Butler was working out and I guess he was working out too loud. So someone called like security on him or something like that. I don't know. Maybe he was getting pranked, but yeah, there's been a couple weird incidents already, and I don't even think the players have been in the bubble for even a week. But you gotta imagine it's probably pretty boring, even though the resort looks really nice and everything. So, I mean, I guess the players are just doing dumb things. Like, another story came up where a player DM'd a model to come meet a player at a hotel, but that would not be possible because the players literally need to be separated basically from everyone. So yeah, I guess players are getting bored and they just want to do some stupid things. But I mean, the season's right around the corner, right? So hopefully things settle down a little bit as we approach the season. When it comes to how players are acting a little wild right now, well, look, at the end of the day, it is a sacrifice to, stay 3 months in one particular area, so to play the sport that you're passionate about. So, I mean, you do got to give the players props. Let's move on to the social injustice jersey statements. So the NBA a few weeks ago came out with a statement saying that the NBA players could wear, some kind of saying on the back of their jersey, like Black Lives Matter or, something along the lines like that. But LeBron's and Anthony Davis are going to just wear their last names on the back of the jersey, as well as Kawhi Leonard and a few other big names. They're just going to wear their last names. I think the reason for that is because I guess those players don't feel like, having a statement on the back of their jerseys enough for radical change. I think they believe that to make change, you need to make change. You can't just have it, on writing. So they're not for it, but some players are for it. Like Alex Caruso is going to have Black Lives Matter on the back of his jersey, and I'm sure other players are going to have some statements. So it'll be interesting to see what players, I guess, are for the statements and which ones don't believe in it. I personally don't think there's anything wrong with not having a statement on the back of your jersey. I think maybe the players that don't do that are trying to make a statement by saying that that's not enough. So, for change, and that more effort needs to be done if you want to end, racial injustices. But anyways, it seems like most teams are in full effect. They're practicing and they're getting ready for the start of the NBA season, which is coming up in about 2 weeks when they play their the 8 regular season games, and then after that they'll head to the playoffs. Whichever teams make the playoffs based on the seedings and everything like that from those 8 games. But Yeah, it seems like everything is in full swing as of right now. There are some people that think that the NBA season is not going to restart, but as each day goes by and we get closer and closer, it's looking like we are going to get some basketball back. But yeah, as long as things keep going the way they're going, some players have tested positive for the coronavirus, and there's been some weird incidents going on and everything, but as long as nothing gets out of proportion, then I think that this restart will happen, as it's only about 2.5 weeks away and lasts about 2 months, month and a half. So, hopefully we'll get a full season playoff final, and that should end around mid-September. Moving on, senior NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski recently got suspended by ESPN for 2 weeks for posting an email saying "fuck you" to the senator of Missouri. The senator of Missouri doesn't agree with the NBA's relationship with China and Hong Kong, as well as he's not for the players wearing social justice messages on their jerseys during the oncoming restart of the NBA season in Florida. So I guess Adrian Wojnarowski DM'd him on Twitter and said "fuck you," and then Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri screenshotted the message, and that's how ESPN was able to figure out about that. Obviously, Adrian Wojnarowski made a mistake, and he actually came out with a message saying that he really regrets the decision he made. I mean, he could have lost his job. ESPN basically, gave him a second chance here. But if you guys don't know who Adrian Wojnarowski is, he's an NBA insider that announces trades and talks about players and where they're going to end up playing and all that stuff. He's just an insider, but he's pretty well known. Honestly, I never imagined Adrian Wojnarowski getting in trouble from ESPN by something so stupid. Like, you should be smarter than that, but I don't know, it's 2020, a lot of crazy things have happened this year, so I'm really just not surprised by anything anymore, really. Like, we've gone through no sports, we've gone through a pandemic, gone through protests, everything closing down. I mean, what more is there to, look forward to? And hopefully things get better as we near 2021. We're already halfway there, so just gotta hope that things get better from here on out. At the end of the day, it's really just about your mindset and how you go about things. If you let everything that's happening externally affect you, you might have a more negative mindset towards it. But if you don't let it impact you and you just keep doing your thing, whatever it is, you are gonna not let things that are happening in the outside world really affect you, and you'll stick to whatever it is you want to do, and you'll just be more positive and happier. So those are some mindfulness tips for you guys. And I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, I'm impacted by this. I like going to the gym. I like going to the mall. I like doing all that, But sometimes you gotta use your own creativity to get further in life and try to get rid of those distractions, even though it's fun and all. Sometimes things in life could be a distraction, and you need to focus on what you really need to pursue on, or what your goals are, whether you're in college or working a career, or you have a podcast like me. Whatever it is, focus on what you primarily want to do, and then you can enjoy those things, like splurging at the mall or whatever every now and then, but that should be like on the maybe lower on your list for things that you want to do in life. I think the top things that you should want to accomplish is health, wealth, love, happiness. I mean, yeah, personally for me, I've been trying to actually improve on myself more, especially since this pandemic hit. And I think you guys should try to do the same. Like, just look at this as a way to improve yourself physically and mentally, instead of trying to, let this kind of be like a downslide for you. Like, don't think of it as that. Think of it as a way to become stronger and better from this. So then when things get back to normal, you will have positive habits that you created during these tough times that you'll carry on with you, and it'll give you the advantage over a lot of other people that just decided to take it easy or not do much during quarantine. Some tips I'd give for you guys is to, exercise, meditate, eat healthy foods, take care of yourself, get enough sleep. There's plenty of things you could really do that are good for your body. Look it up on Google, WikiHow, ask Alexa. Because 2019 was definitely a tougher year for me. I was drinking a lot. I didn't care about making money or doing much. Ate a lot of junk food. I wasn't taking good care of myself, and I was just losing jobs, and I didn't take college seriously. I just didn't really care about anything. So, if I could come out of this and become a better person, I know you guys can. It just takes patience, and it's just your mindset on how you go about things in life. If you could change your mindset, honestly, it's not going to happen right away. But if you take it day by day, month by month, year by year, you'll slowly start seeing positive changes if that's what you want to do. And by no means am I a perfect person. I still have a lot of work to do on myself. But I think I have improved from last year to where I'm at this year. Sometimes you just have to go through dark times to really grow, right? Just like a plant has to, get buried underneath the ground. You gotta plant the seeds, and then, it takes a little while for that little tiny seed that you plant in the ground to finally start blossoming into a tree or a plant, right? Just kind of the same thing in life, is that you have to go through your trials and tribulations, and then eventually that's going to make you a stronger, better person. And some of the things that we face, we might not have control over, but it's on you to choose how you are going to view whatever it is. For example, right now, we can't control whatever is going on in the world right now, but like I said previously in this podcast, is that if you change your mindset and just realize that you can't control external factors, then there's really no need to worry about whatever it is. So yeah, that's my segment on mindfulness and positivity, as well as being healthy. It all ties in together. They're all really the same thing. I hope you guys enjoyed my takes on the coronavirus, the economy, the NBA, and as well as some mindfulness tips. I hope you guys listen, subscribe, let your friends know about this podcast. If you want to be a guest on this podcast, just please message me. And I really appreciate you guys for following and everything. And I hope you guys have a blessed day. Peace.